Hey folks, this is Iratron. Thank you very much for joining us tonight as we are going to kick back and scope out the Nintendo E3 presentation. So this thing, from what I understand, is clocked in about 45 minutes and they're going to be showing off some pretty sweet games. And as far as reviews goes, kind of heard, I don't know, mixed thoughts. Some have said that it's freaking awesome. Some have said that it's downright awful. Anyway, so, you know, I'm pretty interested to see what kind of games Nintendo will be bringing out, and to see what their strategy is for the upcoming year. Anyways, I hope that they have a great game plan together, and I hope they kind of get away from this, I don't know, like real super kiddie, childish mentality that they've been focusing on since the launch of the Wii. So this will be interesting. I don't know. We'll have to talk about it once it's done and kind of retroflect, I guess. We can discuss everything that we see during this video in the comment section below. You can also head over to our Facebook page if you like the social media thing. Anyways, without much further ado, let's go ahead and kick back, relax, and watch this thing. Here we go. Right off the bat, the production of this, you can tell it's pretty high quality. Dang it, I spoke too soon. And he's definitely not that thin.
If you say so. Welcome to E3 Nintendo.
Whoever designed that character is extremely generous.
Not my problem. We have Nintendo's biggest stars backstage, ready to make some big announcements.
Oh, great! Another Mario game!
Don't love your tone, but actually no new Mario game today.
What? I'm getting bonked.
There's a dude from Punch-Out.
I'm out of here!
Hey, looks like I'm the new face of Nintendo.
Hey, they promised me you would be here! Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3!
How about this instead?
Hey, wait a minute. If Nintendo's heroes are backstage, who's watching the bad guys?
Not my problem.
It's me, Wario!
I guess this is my problem. While I go Reggie on these fools, here's what's new.
Gosh, I don't know what to think about that guy. Seems like he's a nice character, but I don't know if he has the best and greatest, I don't know, ideas for this platform, for this company. Seems like they're making some very big, boneheaded moves. What do you guys think? Well, it's well done, that's for sure. Land on your feet, man. Super corny. Well done, but corny. There's the Wii U. The battery life on that thing is awful, by the way. On the Gamecast controller. The last thing I want to do is play as my me in Super Smash Brothers. And to be honest with you, I don't even like Smash Brothers. It's too fast, it's too arcadey for me. I don't know, people love it. And if you do, awesome. I'd definitely do something to his rear. Never mind, I didn't say that. And I certainly didn't mean it. Time to cheat. Have you guys heard about this? Watch this. Yeah, so with the introduction of those little characters on your gamepad, you can actually call them in to the game as backup. So,
Hello,
I don't know.
From Sora Limited. Here at the Nintendo Digital event, I'd like to lead off by talking about Super Smash Bros. Right now,
That shirt
we're
looks
seeing two
comfortable.
familiar bigwigs facing off in a friendly battle. But this isn't a simple pre-rendered animation. What you are seeing will be possible in the new Smash Bros. Games. Now, by using a Mii Fighter, anyone can join the battle. I thought about having Mii characters appear in Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Peter Parker.
I decided against it. Somehow at the time, it didn't seem right to have Mii's punching and kicking. For this game, though, we're not simply throwing the Mii's into the fray. We've done some serious work getting them ready for a fight. Have a look. They're almost not even Mii's anymore.
They're crap. What do you guys think? He stole Chun-Li's moves from Street Fighter. What I'm witnessing there is everything I despise about the game. What are your thoughts, guys? Are you a huge fan of the Super Smash Bros. Series? If so, do us a favor and tell us what it is about this game that is so appealing to you. I'd love to hear about it.
Mii fighters will come in 3 varieties. Brawlers fight empty-handed and prefer to be up close and personal. Mii brawlers are both fast and powerful. Sword fighters are weapon masters. They stay cool and calm as they chase down opponents.
This guy's well spoken.
Gunners are armed with mysterious
And beautiful.
They have lots of different projectiles that can be fired from long range. Brawlers, sword fighters, and gunners. Each type is treated as a separate fighter. And each type can choose 4 special.
It's amazing how much time they're dedicating to just this game.
This means that the Mii fighters will have a total of 36 special moves from which to choose. It would take 9 regular fighters to equal that number of moves. But I didn't decide to include Mii's in the lineup just so you
Lincoln.
could join the battle.
Abraham Lincoln.
Every day, I receive requests.
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
added to the game. And
No, I said, hey, Blinken.
Recreate any character you like and fight as them. Anyone can join the battle. You can fight. Anyone can fight. This is your chance to defeat Nintendo's greats.
Right. Maybe I'm being too judgmental. I'm gonna
Fast approaching
calm
the
down.
sales date of the 3DS version.
It looks cel-shaded, doesn't it?
The game is almost complete, but of course there are an astronomical number of variables in a game like this. We have to be sure to put enough people on the debug team and test it correctly. Thank you for your patience. We've put all our focus into getting the fighters, items, assist trophies, stages, and enemy characters ready and in the game. And there are many different modes besides the main Smash battles. I won't go over them in detail now, but let me show you a bit of what's in store for you.
The 3DS is showing its age, is it not? I'm not very impressed, but like I said before, this is not my type of game, so... Winning steak.
There are many more game elements that we haven't introduced yet, but I don't think we can talk about them all before we release. However, this will be our first Smash Bros. Game on a handheld, so I hope you're all looking forward to Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS.
I bet that game will sell a boatload of copies. The crazy thing is, you're gonna have to wait until the holiday. Yeah.
And welcome to Nintendo's digital event at E3. This year we wanted to do something different to celebrate what it means to be a Nintendo fan.
Let's hear it.
Today you'll meet many of the talented Nintendo teams working hard to deliver great games and hear
I really like the Mario pin on his
with
lapel.
more to be shared throughout the show. While I've changed out of my Fire Flower suit for now, Mario is still close to my heart. You may recognize this as what Mr. Iwata used earlier to defeat my Mii fighter in Super Smash Bros. Now, I'll say there's no way he beats me without resorting to a little magic. And in fact, I'm right. That's exactly what he did.
It sounds like cheating to me.
This is no ordinary toy. This is one of the first in a new line of products Nintendo has in development called Amiibo.
Skylanders.
And only on Nintendo systems will you be able to enjoy all the different experiences in this Toys to Life category. Along with Amiibo, both Disney Infinity and Skylanders Trap Team have unique features and functionality that can only be found on Wii U. There's a special chip
Again,
that's embedded
geared
in
towards
every
the younger
figure.
audience.
The Wii U system will recognize the figures by touching them on the Wii U gamepad. And when that happens, they spring to life in compatible games in cool new ways. When you touch Amiibo to the gamepad, the character's data is downloaded into the game you're playing. And it's also a two-way street. We can send information back to the figure.
What kind of information?
Your figure's data changes as you play, which opens the door for various new gameplay possibilities. For example, your own figure with its own unique stats and fighting style will not only appear, but also evolve as a fighter in Super Smash Bros. On Wii U. In fact, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U will indeed be the first game to support Amiibo.
Right?
In other words, this holiday we're not only releasing the game you've been waiting for, but also Amiibo that literally gives you new ways to play. As you saw in my battle with Mr. Iwata, when you use an Amiibo in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, that character will appear as a fighter in the game and compete in battles, developing its own unique attributes and skills. You can fight against them yourself, have them score off against other Amiibo. They can even join you and fight on the same team. But Super Smash Bros. Is just the start. Amiibo play is also being prepared right now for a number of other Nintendo games. One of those is a game many of you are already playing, Mario Kart 8.
Nice. That game looks beautiful, does it not?
Other games soon.
The Luigi death stare.
But there's much more to cover in this digital event today. So I'm going to ask you to do this. When we're done here, at any time you can catch Nintendo of America's own Bill Trinan, who's hosting a dedicated Amiibo video that goes into a little more detail. So be sure to find him at Nintendo.com or the Nintendo YouTube channel.
No. Not my thing.
Super Smash Bros. And Amiibo are big initiatives for Nintendo. But now it's time to give you a sneak peek at some of the many...
God, we're 12 minutes in, and we've only talked about Super Smash Bros. And Amiibo.
I'm reminded of the first video game I fell in with. Super Mario World on my Super NES. I played it endlessly, finished with 99 lives, and I still have that cartridge.
Love that game.
Remember the first game you fell in love with?
That was one of the best games ever.
Those of us who play games know that there's nothing quite like them in the world. And those of us who love Nintendo know that no matter what's going on in our lives, we can always count on these games to deliver fun and great gameplay. Because it's Nintendo.
True. Nintendo games are super high quality.
Make these games. Well, you're about to find out directly from our development teams. They're working on some amazing new projects that underscore the point that there's never been a better time to play games on Nintendo platforms. At the end of the day, Nintendo game creators share one belief. There's nothing wrong with having a little fun. With that, I'm going to step aside.
This is going to be extremely silly, kiddie, slapstick.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Edit. So, a new Kirby game? I'm seeing yarn.
I'm Tezuka of Nintendo. How do you do?
I'm Ebisu of the Goodfield Company. Thanks for having me.
When Nintendo reached out to Goodfield, we didn't ask them to make
Ah.
Yoshi's Woolly World as a sequel to Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Boy, that looks
We
beautiful.
simply wanted to make a Yoshi game.
And the spirit and essence of Little Big
We
Planet.
asked them to use the yarn and fabric as materials for creating new gameplay mechanics. To create a new kind of Yoshi game filled with those kinds of elements.
For Kirby, we use strands of yarn as the core element and expresses things through their movement. This time, now that we were working in a three-dimensional world with depth, the challenge was that a single strand wasn't going to be visually impressive. So how do you play with a pile of yarn? Or some cloth? We thought about those things pretty hard.
They get unraveled and knitted up and do a lot of things like that. Both Mario and Yoshi games are 2D action platformer games. The big difference is that Mario games are about performing challenging tasks within a given time limit. But with Yoshi games, they don't have any time limits. So you're able to freely explore the vast game.
Just like Little Big Planet.
You can make new discoveries. It's turning out to be an action game where you can have fun in a wide variety of ways.
Wonder if it'll have a level creator.
Things like how far you can jump are set at a certain distance. So you would build the terrain with that in mind. But in the case of Yoshi, he's so almighty. If he tries, he can fly as far as he wants. His tongue is the most powerful weapon. Well, it may be weird calling it a weapon. So, as we were thinking about how we should build the game, Tezuka-san told us that it's centered around exploration. We took it as Yoshi's ability
Sexual exploration.
for exploration.
Sorry.
From there, we were able to progress with the game's development smoothly.
By using yarn, there are new ways to explore.
There are a lot of transformations in the game because Yoshi himself is made of yarn.
Shy Guy. Man, those guys are so cool.
So this time, we put in two-player mode. Two Yoshis appear,
Two-player?
and that actually plays really well. Two people can play to help each other out.
You don't say.
So in tough situations, if there are two players, they can both overcome it. Yoshi can eat up and spit out the other Yoshi wherever he likes. This is really important in co-op, and can be used in a way to attack the other player. Really, a wide range of gameplay is possible.
Come on, Nintendo, I'm getting bored.
Types of different ways to express the yarn
Gosh, they
factor
spend so much time talking about one game.
and we felt that the
You definitely didn't see this kind of thing during the Microsoft or the PlayStation presentation.
Quite a phase of trial and error until we decided to go with the current form.
Yeah, this time it's about a textured look. And we also wanted to give the world a handmade feel. But we then asked, what makes things look handmade? We tried making things of our own, hoping that it would help in reflecting the handmade feel to the game.
Normally, because they look awful, they appear to be handmade.
There is certainly a key phrase that I have. It's amazing Yoshi.
That's a key phrase.
I always want to put in the element of surprise. And I want to make it a game that brings a smile to your face just by owning it.
Go, Little Big Planet! Little Big Planet for the PS3 looks pretty solid. This game will be great. I'm positive of that. But, again, you have to wait until next year to play it. Sick. Toad! Is this a role-playing game? If so, man, wouldn't that be awesome? Whoa! Gosh, well done, Nintendo. That game looks beautiful. Nice. So that'll be coming out this year. For the holiday.
Oh! Hello! Hello. Hey, look, I'm really sorry about kidnapping you.
Boy, she looks hideous.
Last times, but my bad. So, is it cool if I have the last donut?
There's something disturbing about watching someone eat donuts like that. Can't wait to see this game.
Last year, I said that revisiting the conventions of the Zelda series would be our theme for the new Zelda game for Wii U. However, before I get into that, let me talk about something that I needed to help to realize this ambition. In fact, it's something that we've wanted to do for a long time in the Legend of Zelda series, and so development began with this as our focus. In the earlier releases of the Legend of Zelda games, players got to explore a wide area, scrolling up, down, left, and right. However, after the game transitioned to 3D and the hardware continued to evolve, it became harder to create that feel of being in a vast world. For example, in Wind Waker, we used various techniques to create a wide world where you could freely explore many isolated islands. But it was very hard to create one large world where everything felt connected.
Let me guess, it's all possible now.
To design small, bounded areas with a defined entrance and exit.
With the power of the Wii U.
And putting them all together made it feel like you were playing in a large world. But you still couldn't cut through the boundaries wherever you liked to explore that world. Today, I'd like to talk to everyone about the latest Zelda game for Wii U. But first, please take a look at how the game looks on screen. This is the new world of Zelda.
He's pretty proud of it,
It's
huh?
quite a vast world, isn't it? You can even reach those mountains in the distance if you walk far enough. We couldn't create such a wide world like this in the past.
Only on the Wii U.
As far as what you can do with such a vast field to explore, as soon as those boundaries are removed, it means you can enter any area from any direction. So the puzzle solving in this game begins the moment the player starts to think about where they want to go, how they will get there.
Cool weather
and
effects. You
what
guys see
they
the
will do
dust
when they
blowing
arrive.
by?
This is a clean break
pretty awesome.
from the conventions of past games in the Zelda series, where you had to follow a set path and play through the scenario in the right order. I believe this departure will create opportunities for new gameplay that have not been experienced in previous Zelda games. As you can see, and as you know from the Zelda series, the world in these games can be quite peaceful. However, it is a Zelda game after all, so strong enemies will certainly appear, even in this setting. Powerful enemies appearing in such a peaceful world is one of the defining features of the Zelda series.
I think that one convention we can keep, right?
I didn't catch what he said. Wow, what on earth? That music's pretty awful. He's looking kind of feminine, but man, that game looks amazing. He's not planning on being out there for very long. Look at that, the size of that water bottle. And what's that girl doing? Going out, exploring. Don't you know there's strength in numbers? Tempo game on! Omega Ruby. You know, have you guys played any of these games? And if so, are you huge fans? I know that my nephew, he enjoyed them back in the day. I don't know if he's still been playing them or not, but, I don't know, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it at least. There's gotta be something really amazing to it. We want to see that on the Wii U.
No! Take my gloves off. Shut up!
Gah.
You just get dragged to hell. It is what it is.
What on earth is this game? Bayonetta?
Whatever your friend did to get on the other side of these.
Yeah, sure is.
She's not having a good day. Welcome to hell, love. I'm not one for pets who don't listen to their masters.
Epic bosses, look at that.
You know, love, you're probably the only person on the planet who says go to hell and he's taking you there. I'm afraid I don't have time to dance too long. A friend is waiting for me.
Whoa! That was pretty epic looking.
You better start creating miracles.
Hey, baby. When's that coming out?
Go another round, can't you?
CGI looks awful.
Flock off, Featherface.
Boy, I don't know about that. What do you guys think? I haven't played the first one, but I've heard good things.
I'm the general producer of Hyrule Warriors, Koinuma of Koei Tecmo.
I'm the development producer of Hyrule Warriors, Hayashi of Koei Tecmo.
I'm Anuma of Nintendo, supervisor.
There are a lot of us in the Hyrule Warriors development team who grew up playing The Legend of Zelda. So getting the chance to work on this series, we were actually a little nervous.
But Anuma-san told us we could do whatever we like a number of times, and it became the action style that it is now.
A big difference between this and the Zelda games is that you're fighting an army.
This game will not be
And
fun.
there are multiple
Just kidding. I bet it'll be alright. I've never really played these games. I did play...
So you have the option to go out
It's probably
there
the very
and help
first
out
one
the allies.
when it came out on the Xbox or maybe the PlayStation 2 back in the day.
What I think is great
And I actually played it at a
is how giant bosses
Blockbusters of all
can.
places.
And you have to think about how to beat them. I think those things are what makes the essence
I don't
of
know,
Zelda.
but like the Dynasty
It's what
Warrior
we
Warrior
discovered
series
for fans
never
of
did
the
appeal to
Dynasty
me very
Warriors
much.
series.
There's also a two-player mode.
You can play two players by using both TV and gamepad. It's not a split-screen experience, so you're able to each be fully immersed on a single screen.
As long as you're making out together.
There are a lot of playable characters, but you know, since it's The Legend of Zelda, there are Link and Princess Zelda. Impa, who appears through the series, is playable as well.
Not a fan.
Also, Midna from Twilight Princess makes
Not a
a
fan.
playable character.
And I definitely don't want to
If
play
there's a
as
certain
her.
character you like in the series, this is the first game where you'll be able to play as your favorite character.
There are a lot of playable characters in the Dynasty Warriors series. But man, the ideas they come up with for what kind of moves they give the characters are amazing. They really think of amazing things.
So now, it's really turning out as a great new Zelda collaboration title that's worthy of the name Hyrule Warriors.
Since this collaboration was a first of its kind, we were able to make it a great game that's like a celebration of both franchises. I really hope you all look forward to it.
As a collaborative title, it has both the essence of Zelda and the essence of Dynasty Warriors, as well as
Right.
a lot of other essences they have all mixed in to form a brand new experience. It'll be great if both fans get interested in playing the other series. It'll make me really happy if they all have fun playing.
I'm sure that is their intention. So, September, right around the corner. Alright, what's next? Claymation. Scared. Huh. Looks like an interesting Kirby game. Looks pretty. Look at that background, man. That looks sick. Again, awesome background. Fire. A little bit of Sonic mixed in. Submarino. There we go, some Metal Gear. So who's this Elma? Guys, what game are we looking at? Blade. So we have the first person perspective going on. What the F was that, is what I have to ask. On a vessel with which to meet our Lord has come to me. We lost the Earth. We've traveled so far to reach this planet. We'll wipe you out. Some of the effects look amazing. And it's not Star Fox. Has some pretty nifty effects going on there. What was that? Xenoblade Chronicles 2015. Again, you have to wait till next year. Plus, it doesn't really tell you what that game is about at all.
Thanks for coming back, Mario.
What was that?
Now you reconsider announcing Mario Ballet. What about Star Fox?
Alright guys, here we go. Mario Maker. Man, that music is timeless. So, create your own custom Mario courses. So that's interesting. You can kind of transition in between old school Mario and Super Mario Worlds. Or Super Mario Bros. Or whatever it is. Anyone want to guess as to when this game is coming out? I'm going to go ahead and say November 2014. Dang, next year. Gosh, I should have gone with my gut. I was going to say that. I was hoping that we'd actually have something out this year. Alright, first look. Here we go. I guess a new Cars game. No. Flappy Birds. Looks very childish. I mean, what was that, anyways? A new Echo the Dolphin game. Definitely not. Splatoon.
I'm Nogami, the producer of Splatoon.
I'm Amano, one of the game's directors.
And I'm the other director, Sakaguchi.
Splatoon is an 8-player, 4-on-4 online multiplayer action game. It's all about controlling territory. Teams battle to claim their turf
with
by
paint.
splattering the map with ink, and the team with the most territory, when time runs out, wins.
Nogami-san actually came up with the squid idea.
I can see this being a fun arcade game.
Let's make them squids.
Rather than designing the characters and then making a game around that, we instead came up with the game first, and then created characters we thought would work well with the gameplay. That's actually how Nintendo prefers to approach game design.
One day, when Sakaguchi-san and I were hanging out on our day off, he said, "Hey, what if you're able to switch between being a squid and a person? For example, say you can only shoot ink as a person, but as a squid, you're able to perform a wider range of actions." With that as our main concept, we thought about different ways to expand the gameplay, and the squid idea meshed perfectly.
We thought of things like, what if you can swim really fast in your own ink as a squid? Or what if your feet get stuck when walking through
Someone else's.
Through this process, we kept expanding the game's features, which brought us to where we're at now, with players able to do things like ink and swim up walls, and swim super fast through their own ink.
As a person, your first priority is shooting ink to expand your territory. Once you've done that, you've got more turf to move through as a squid and make use of your squid abilities.
When you're using the gamepad, you can quickly look up or tilt your gaze downward to aim. It's really natural and intuitive.
I guess it's using like the proximity sensors, the gyroscope. Yep.
An overhead view of
That's
the
pretty cool.
map is also
I
displayed.
wonder how much something like this will sell for. Surely not $60.
Colors of ink are being splattered where in real time. This really lets you keep an eye on how the battle is unfolding.
I'm going to say that this game is available to download now. That would be the shocker.
You only get moment-to-moment glimpses of the action.
They should really have a female translating for that lady. For that lady.
The map, what other players are up to and where they're headed. I think that adds a new layer of strategy to a game like this. Spices it up a bit. The other neat use of the gamepad is making use of your allies' icons displayed on the map. If you tap one of these icons, you'll blast off from your location and land next to them ready to go.
Ah, chaos.
This is just one more mechanic that adds a nice twist to the strategy.
Your enemies are shooting ink as well. With regular guns, you can't really see bullets flying by. But since this is ink, you'll be able to see it flying from around a corner, and you'll know, whoa, there's a bad guy over there.
If you forge forward
And
with
that's
the ink
pretty
pattern,
awesome.
your allies will be able to use it to follow them, and you'll be able to get to your enemy's territory quicker.
Yeah, I
But on the
dig
other
that.
hand, they can just ink over that and ruin your strategy.
Oh man.
In this way, splattering ink is both an offensive and a defensive tool.
There are a lot of different ways to play.
Alright, so when's this game coming out?
Some people like to stay hidden in the ink for a long time and wait for the perfect chance to pop out. Other people
So you can
just
camp your
lace
brains
ahead
out.
inking
Okay.
path to try to get as far as they can into enemy territory as fast as they can. There are a lot of different tactics you can employ, but no matter how you play, the ink you're shooting has an effect on everyone else. You'll never feel like you're playing alone or in a vacuum. It's pretty magical, really. Amano-san, you like to try and ambush people, right?
Do I? Yeah, I guess so.
I play it a bit safer and lay down a lot of ink and make it hard for enemies to advance into my team's territory. I like to stay at home and protect the base.
Yeah, that's not my style at all.
I'm just plain bad.
Yeah, Nogami-san, you're really not very good.
Shake it off. One thing I do like about this game is that it's relatively innocent, huh? Still not gonna buy it though. Are you going to buy it? Nice power up. Whoa! Lots and lots of power-ups, that's for sure. Next year, God, Nintendo?
Well, that just about wraps up things for the Nintendo Digital event. But at the same time, it's just the beginning of your continuous contact with Nintendo at the show this year. First of all, right after we sign off, we invite you to stay tuned on Nintendo's Twitch channel for our post-show recap, Nintendo Minute Live at E3.
No.
There's even more game news we didn't have time to squeeze into this video.
Why didn't you have time? Microsoft and Sony had an hour and a half.
Super Smash Brothers Invitational this afternoon. It's a one-of-a-kind tournament in the Nokia Theater at LA Live.
Or
To see as much
Nokia.
Super Smash Brothers live action as you could ever want. You'll find more details at e3.nintendo.com/invitation.
And most people these days can't spell that.
E3 is also spreading across the country, thanks to our partnership with Best Buy. You'll find more
Which is
details at
probably
bestbuy.com/smashfest.
going to file for bankruptcy.
And if you want to just follow along without ever leaving home, our coverage is going to be non-stop. We're going to be broadcasting Nintendo Treehouse live at E3 from the show floor directly on Nintendo's Twitch channel. If you care about games, want to see more of the action, and hear from many of the people who created those games, this is Binge Heaven. And yes, Mr. Miyamoto will be among the guests. Follow us on our Twitch and YouTube channels.
And Twitter.
Information at
Come on.
Nintendo.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and join the Miiverse E3 community. We've covered a lot of ground today, so I want to thank you for watching.
Come on, shockers!
But I just can't leave you without one more little teaser. Enjoy E3 and play Nintendo.
Good luck, Nintendo. So there's anime. Kid Icarus. Well done battle sequence. What are we looking at? What are we looking at here? This calls for some divine intervention. That's my mother you're bleeping on. If you guys have seen Dead Alive, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Suck! One cheap move after another. Ow! Good night. I don't care. She has a boatload of keys on her dress. Alright, Nintendo, wrap it up. Gosh, that guy's a genius, is he not? I know that one of the comments that I read said that they thought that they would have him introducing like a new Mario simulator where you get to play with Mario's behind. You can see Star Fox playing on that monitor. Looks like Mario 64 though. Okay, so that is the Nintendo E3 presentation. Guys, what are your thoughts? I'll give you mine. I thought it was well done, very slow paced. I was struggling just to stay awake through that. Plus, the majority of the games that they are displaying just do not interest me. And the funny thing is, they're all first-party Nintendo games. You're not seeing anyone truly bringing out any like exclusive content for the Wii U. So, I mean, it just tells me that this is going to be another poor year for the Wii U console. And, I don't know. It's just going to be disappointing. You know, there's some talk about Nintendo giving up on the Wii U and transitioning over to another brand new console. But, you know, one thing that they did say is that they couldn't do that without basically, I don't know, screwing over those who had purchased the Wii U. So, man, I respect that. I do appreciate that they're trying to stick through it and supply us owners with games and everything. But hopefully they've learned a valid lesson from their mistake in the Wii U. And even, I think it goes back to the Wii days, you know, when at the pinnacle of its launch, or at the pinnacle of its, I don't know, reign, you know, as the #1 selling console, you know, people were gobbling that stuff up. But it didn't take long before sales became stagnant, and man, like the motion controls and everything just kind of wore off that charm. People started realizing that it was a gimmick. And with the introduction of the Wii U, you know, I think too much damage had been done. We didn't have the support of third party bringing out games, and a lot of people were skeptical, and rightfully so. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, the games just do not sell on the Wii U. But I don't know. What are your thoughts, folks? Post in the comment section below and let us know. Hope you enjoyed the video and the commentary throughout. If you like the social media thing, head over to our Facebook page. We can continue talking there. And slap the like button, hit subscribe, and folks, we'll talk to you soon. Hoorah!
Rock like this, rock like that. Go ahead and get your grown man on.
Drop it like this, drop it like that. Go ahead and get your grown woman on. Give me a bag of good and a bunch of drinks, cause everyone too tough to be rocking like this. So come on, shake the load up your back. Come on, shake loose your stress. I got a fifth and yet, and I can't miss my chance, cause shorty looking too good with the way she dance. So come on, shake the load up your back. Come on, shake loose your stress.